So, I've been on a Memberry trip all day after talking to Yugi Nono. So you guys at least have a video to look forward to on Tuesday from me and Yugi Nono. Also, the entire Patreon project to get MCool40 a pink shirt for videos. If you guys haven't checked out my Patreon, check it out down below. Just be kind of cool to have a pink shirt. That way everyone can stop complaining about my shirts being horrible shape because I'm poor. But today, I was having a fucking nostalgia trip earlier, talking to you, Nono, talking about previous formats, and I had an epiphany. Like, why is Light and Darkness Dragon not seeing play right now? The card is so powerful, being able to single-handedly answer zoo cards, being able to answer Metal Foes cards, and then it hit me, boom, fucking Kaijus. Ah, man. It's like, I debated on making an entire series dedicated to the reason why Kaijus were in the game. But we already talked about Kaijus last week in a video asking if people considered Kaijus to be a terrible, I guess, iteration into the game. And a lot of them said yes, a lot of them said no. With the existence of the Kaijus, though, main deck boss monsters like Aquila 4 Towers, non-targeting Light and Darkness Dragon, essentially any big beefy butthole that goes in the main deck kind of just, here, take this shittier boss monster. Like, pretend that this Oracle of Zephyra is a Kaiju. Boop! I want your hard-worked boss monster. You know, so I keep talking about the 3-week quote-unquote window that will exist in Link format where things are slower before we get the second broken set of the block. And it keeps hitting me. Fucking Kaijus. Fucking Godzilla and company. Like, why do I want to fucking Judgment Dragon you? Like, you're just gonna Kaiju it away. You know, what's the fucking point of making Dark Law when you can just Kaiju it away? Oh no, my one boss monster up in the extra deck zone. Cool. Make Dark Law and a pass turn. Once again, it's a nice Dark Law you have there. You just Kaiju it away. Like, why? Why was it that Santa Claus, with the drawback of the card that literally lets your opponent draw, oh, that's healthy for the game, or you have a Lava Golem, which takes up your normal summon, or Winged Dragon Raw Sphere Mode, that takes your normal summon. How is it that a monster-based removal concept is... It's mind-blowing to me at this stage. Like, I don't even consider them to be a mistake, but there are so many Kaijus at this point in time to, if their intention is to truly slow down the game, obviously if you clean up Slumber and you take care of the Rhoda, okay, you can make the argument at this point now that I have to hard draw the Kaiju. That is a fair argument. I will give that to you. There will be a time that your opponent will not have hard drawn the Kaiju. And then there'll be the other fucking 57% where they have the Kaiju for the 43% that you don't, because that statistic matters, because I just made it up on the spot. Just like all fucking out of the other statistics were made up. Point is, though, guys, at the end of the day, main deck boss monsters are not as strong as they once were in this game. We cannot argue that fact. Looking at things like Aquila 4 Towers, looking at fucking... like, I don't know if you guys have seen, like, the fucking video on Facebook where, like, they go through all the effort to make Great Magnus, the Super Megazord, and then your opponent's like, draw for turn. Kaiju. Like, it's so fucking simple at the moment to just answer these things. You know, there was a time where monsters that... Fuck it. Can we just put, like, this card cannot be tributed on these boss monsters? Like, is that going to be the next big iteration of, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! That we're going to have to go through? And is this card cannot be targeted or is unaffected by your opponent's cards and cannot be tributed? Like, is that to the stage in which we have to visit boss monsters in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! For them to be just, they're there. They're insane. And then what? You know? You'll just release a set of monsters that doesn't count as tribute summon. It's just like, remove an opponent's monster from the game, summon this card. Boom. Problem solved. I just wanted to make this video and remind everyone that, granted, we are going into a slower format, that the concept of main deck boss monsters, outside of the potential OTKs that are enabled by Megalo, that they're not as strong as they were. And it really sucks because I fucking love Light and Darkness Dragon as a card. But there's no reward anymore for dedicating so many resources to a boss monster just to literally watch it be answered so fucking easily. You know, you can argue that Aquila 4 Towers is free if you're distributing pendulums for it, but then when it's answered, you're just like, well, I'm probably going to get potentially OTK'd this turn. The risk-reward factor for the power creep that was created in those cards, it's just too damn high. Now, I do want to make the argument that they were a necessary evil. I definitely think that the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! As a whole has evolved to the point of degeneracy. And I feel bad for a lot of the new players coming in from Link format. I know there are some of you out there that were playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Links, and you said, I really want to take the next step. I want to learn Yu-Gi-Oh! And you associate yourself with a deck. I'm not going to say that you're the Battling Boxers or the Black Wings, because you could be the next generation of the best duelists that this game has ever seen. No, you could be the Billy Brick. But you're entering into a game that has a very high learning ceiling. You learn that in a format such as this, that large boards are very crucial. You literally, essentially blow your load turn one. And being a new player entering into this, you ask yourself, okay, so what's the point in creating this board if my opponent has the potential to wipe it so easily? And I literally just feel like the answer to this question is, if they have it, they have it. And it's so shitty. Yes, my sponsor, Steak and Shake. Gotta love it. Fucking 7 a.m. in the morning. You have to love it when your only argument in a format is literally, if you have it, you fucking have it. And it's just like, I don't even mean to make fun of like the sayings. It's like your opponent was just better than you. But when you're looking at Zoo, one board wipe sets you behind and allows your opponent to build their board. And then coming through to the next turn, if you somehow make it to turn 3, depending on if you get OTK'd or not, pre-Maximum Crisis, if you get your turn back to that stage, then you have to break their board, which, did you leave your board wipes in going third? You know? Like, did you dedicate those resources to that? I mean, I'm assuming that you have traps or some shit like that. If you had a D barrier when you got board wiped, then you can recover to your next turn. But if you don't have these resources, then unfortunately, what do you do? You know? But that's comparing that to a new Link format player entering. You know, I almost want to make the same argument, you know, to a new Link format player coming in. You've played Yu-Gi-Oh! Links on the phone. You're like, oh, cool. You know, like, you summon your Lajin, equip it with fucking mage power. I don't fucking know what else is legal on Duel Links. And you create this super big boss monster. You've done all of your effort. You've accomplished what you set out to do. And the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Says, well, there are like 12 fucking mirror forces to kill that. Oh, but wait a minute. It's a really cool boss monster. Let me just kaiju that away. It's like fucking dabbing along here. Boys, fucking kaijus and Yu-Gi-Oh! Fucking... Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'm not salty about kaijus. I think they're definitely a good addition to the game. But the overall potential of where the game is heading and kaiju's existence is very high. Also remember, as I said, check out my Patreon. Gotta get that pink-ass shirt with a pocket so that we can be Pinku Robbie. Because Red Robbie, Orange Robbie, Purple Robbie, fucking... So many characters. They're all just fat and hungry. Gotta love it. So guys, comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and well, there's a fucking kaiju for that. Bada bing, bada boom, deucerinos. That's not all, folks. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Please check out my Cardfight Vanguard channel, VanCole40. You guys will get an insight on our playtesting sessions. And please check out the Zodiac Duelist TV Twitch stream. That way you guys can follow the House of Champions and MCole40 interactions. Please check out MCole Games for all of your guys' trading card game needs. And if you guys enjoyed this content, please check out my Patreon in the description. Every bit helps to the creation of these videos. One step at a time in improvement, and that's the goal of this channel. Alright guys, have a good time, and thanks for watching.